everybody, welcome back to This Week in MBE. As you can see, we just loaded a Billet small block Chevy in there right now. So it's going in there to do rockers, finish porting, some other things too, some water stuff. There's the mate to it right there. So that one's pretty close to ready to go to start valve jobbing. Then we have the valve covers that go with it. We have one sitting right here. The valve covers that go with it. Those are O-ringed. So the reason why we did the flange like this was to take all the weight out of it. So typically, if you look at some of the competitors' stuff, typically their billet head weighs anywhere from typically 44 to 49 pounds is what you see. Ours is 35 pounds because we decided to do a lot of extra design work to it and a lot of extra spindle time. But it's a billet head, and we definitely wanted eye candy, and that's what we decided to do with the billet valve cover for it also. So then we'll come over here. And then we have, we talked about Jonathan Payne before. Congratulations on another championship for him. We also had another truck puller, or tractor puller, freak on a leash with our Dart LS 10 degrees, and that's Dusty Alford. He won his championship too. And that's an NA version, just like this is an NA version, but that's a Dart LS 10 degree that we do. And he had a great season, so that's awesome. This is a set of SP2s. We talked about these last week. This is a set of SP2s that I worked on at Joe Gibbs at least 23 years ago. It was a long time ago, a lifetime ago. They're here because they're 23 years old and they needed seats, so we put all new seats in them, and then we roughed the seats in. So now everything, this set of heads will be brand new when it's finished. The guys will go in there and finish valve jobbing. One thing about this, we've learned a lot of things in 23 years, so we're going to make some upgrades to it. And the upgrades will be worth about 30 CFM and should be about 40 horsepower. So this is on a drag race application in the Northwest. And this is on John DeYoung's. And these have been around the block on the West Coast. These have been to 3 or 4 different people. It seems like all those guys are friends, and they've all taken care of them. As you can see, 23 years old, and they're still in good shape. And then we'll come over. Oh, we got a set right here. So this is a drag week deal right here. So this is going to be twin turbo drag week using the max pull. So our MBE 18 degree max pull with the 2500 valve. This is going to be a 2500 chamber in it. So we machined it for that, and then this just has to be in there for finished valve job. And then we will put the top fuel hoops in it, and we'll do all of that, and this thing will be all set and ready to go. Of course, then we'll set the valves up. We'll do the prints for a power adder, so the intake valve and exhaust valve will definitely be different to make sure that it is strong enough for the power adder without being too heavy, so the valve train isn't sacrificed. Okay, so let's go over here, Mr. Biggs. So this is a set for Mike Dominguez. So this stuff is finishing up right now. The heads are finished. So this is for a blown application. It's already got the soft chamber in it. It's already been valve jobbed. All this stuff is ready to go. So this is also the 18 degree max pull. You can see here. So big block Chevy. I mean, this thing's gonna run really good. Looking forward to it. This is the intake manifold for it. So we have to port the intake manifold for it. So it's already laid out. We'll probably have this ported by Thursday of next week. And then all this stuff can go together and ship. So Mike can get to putting everything together over the winter, and he'll be ready early. Who knows? Maybe we'll go to Florida or something, go race. We got Danny Ritter brought his stuff, sent his stuff in for service. That's another max pull for truck pulling. So that's in here for service. We got max pulls right there. This is another max pull with the M&M intake manifold. So this is a 630. This will be for a 632. So this is a 10-2 deck, 4600 bore, and because of the 632, that M&M manifold works awesome on this, and we're so fortunate that it fits on here. You can see we get this without bolt holes and everything because our bolt hole location is a little bit different than theirs, and that way it looks just nice and clean. So we have to port this, and then this will be a really nice piece too. And then we'll come on in here, Mr. Biggs. We have a set of 18-degree max pulls with 1/8 rockers on intake and exhaust, aluminum rockers. This set's ready to go. So if anybody is interested, this package is finished. This is a complete set of heads with rockers. This stuff could leave tomorrow if you were interested. Valve covers are included in it, and of course we can do any intake you want for it, depending on your application. We can also change the valve springs for your application, anything you need to do there. But there's a whole package here finished, which that doesn't happen too often. Hard to keep up. This is a set for Australian Pro Stock right here. So this is an 8-degree billet small block Chevy head that we do. So this has steel rockers on it. Oops, let's remove that. So as you can see in a small block, a lot of valve area. That's a 2-310 intake valve, inch 600 exhaust. You got over 300 on the intake, on the exhaust port, and right at 500 on the intake port. This is a Jessel system on it. You can see all the fasteners of the rocker gear. So the whole head is artwork, and then you put the Jessel rocker system on it, and then you have more artwork. It's actually very, very pretty. We also offer a T&D system for this, and that is also artwork. So the Jessel system has approximately 26 fasteners holding the bar on. Of course, it'll take 1/2-inch push rods. The T&D system has 32 fasteners. Some guys just have a preference from one to the other. I think they're both excellent companies, to tell the truth. No complaints about either one of them. They do great work, and they're very easy and professional to work with, of course. But yeah, that's the Jessel system of rockers. It's very pretty, very beautiful. So something like this is going to be around inch 100 lift. And then got a set of A460s right here. So we're finishing these up for the customer. This guy's getting the new cast manifold that we're doing for this. So we'll have that. And then these 18s are going together. They'll go together on Monday, so maybe Biggs will take some pictures of these going together for Mr. Barnes. These are for Chuck Barnes in Texas. A really good engine builder, very smart, wonderful to work with. So we have that, and then we got the manifold finished for the 18-degree drag race steel. This is for George Evans. So this stuff's just about finished too. We're just waiting on some valves, and this will be able to go together, George. There's the mate to the billet head. And then we have this. This is a set of our 12 degrees. This 12-degree small block Fords. So this is for either high RPM or large cubic inch, one or the other. It has our 12-degree port in it. So you got something that flows 480 CFM. This particular set happens to have a small chamber. So this stuff was, the customer decided to go a different direction. So we're just trying to help him move these. He bought a different set of heads that we're doing for him, just because he decided to go another direction. But this already has Jessel rockers. There's steel rockers for it. It has an HRE sheet metal intake for it. So everything is here. So something like this, you guys could be racing. You guys could have the engine done in no time, because everything is here ready to go. We can put any top you want on it, so it's up to you if you want to run individual EFI or carburetors or whatever you want to do, or a single carburetor. We can make a top for whatever you need. We'll have David HRE make that top. So it can fit many applications. It's just if you're interested in doing that. Something like this has got a small chamber in it. It doesn't have the larger chamber. So the guys that are heavy nitrous, something like that, it's not really good for that application. NA though, somebody's going to have something really good, and in a short amount of time you can have all that. Here's the rockers that go with it, all Jessel steel rockers. There's nothing skimped on this. There's even spare rockers with it. So it's all the tidiest of tidiest. The valves, everything is here. It's ready to go. And let's go in here, Mr. Biggs. We got a set here for, these will be for repair and service. Same with the SC1s. And then last week we showed you we were working on all of these, so we decided to port, we ported 3 pairs of them. So these will be in inventory, they'll be ready to go. This way we can get things out very, very quickly. So just trying to keep up with everything because the rush is already starting. And just saying that, that's something that everybody needs to keep in mind is that the quicker, if you're going to do something, don't wait till December and then worry about trying to get your stuff in February. Do it now and get your stuff before Christmas. That's what I would suggest. But that's it. All right. Thank you, everybody. That's This Week at MBE. Bye-bye.